I can't be that special. I know that I'm not the only one who has multiple passions, but is it possible to build a multi passion, one person business to $1 million in revenue? Well, I haven't achieved it yet, but I created a roadmap for how I'm going to achieve it. And I know that a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't share your goals, blah, blah, blah.
It releases dopamine, and it's the same thing as achieving the goals, etc., etc.
But for me, it works well because of where I'm at right now. So actually, this video is the video version of my newsletter because I wrote this article in February, and I came a long way since then. I grew a small audience on Twitter. I wrote more than 7 newsletters. But anyway, let's get right into the video. In 2020, I started branding and freelancing. So I did okay money. Then 1 year later, I was fed up and I tried something new. So I launched my Shopify design studio. And actually, I had another channel where I documented my journey and so on, but it was a failure. I generated again like okay money, but nothing fantastic. I was trying to build my personal brand, creating content around my services, but it wasn't working well for me because I didn't feel the passion that I had in the beginning. And I don't have the same passion for branding, Shopify, e-commerce, the same way I have it now for writing, for example. And so that's what gave me the fire and the turning point to stop creating content around like only branding, only Shopify, only e-commerce, to start this new business, which is around my passions. And that's happened because of 2 creators that I came across. One on TikTok, and she's Katie Shu. I have the opportunity to speak with her. She gave me some content creation tips and so on, and it was great. The second one is Danko, which probably you never heard of if you live in a cave. But other than that, then you know who Danko is. But anyway, I loved how Danko create content around everything that he's interested in. And that's what I wanted to do. So I summarized and come up with many ideas on how I can do that because I just didn't want to pick a niche and start like creating content for that topic and so on and so forth like I did before, which actually like it bring me result. And I'm not gonna lie, like I wrote blog posts, content on LinkedIn. I was able to get some leads, but like I said, it wasn't something sustainable. It was okay money. So I had all those ideas in my head and they were stuck there. I didn't know how to like get them out of my head, but now I did, and that's what I'm gonna share with you. The fake trap. If I didn't consume those created content, I would have been trapped. Before crossing dance school path, I watched a lot of SMMA content and especially Iman Gadzi content, but at some point it wasn't resonating with me anymore because me as a content creator, as someone who wants to build his business online, I want something that is related to my passions. And even like if I have the opportunity as of now to make money making websites and building brands, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. But I want to make as much money as I can and still do something around my passions, which I'm able to do because I followed my passions. And still, like I said, I'm making good money now. But it was a whole process. Because the business model that I try to build as of now is polarizing per se, because many others are saying that following your passions will make you poor. But I don't really agree because now I'm making money with my passions, but that's for another video. But then, why am I building a multi-passion business? Like, more than just following my passions. And it's not one passion, but I want to follow my multiple passions. That's the whole purpose of the business that I want to build, because I have multiple passions. And what I mean by passion is something that I can do and still not getting paid for, if I don't have to worry about the money. That's something like important in my opinion, because if you don't have money to pay the bills, then I don't think that you can really pursue your passions if you have bills, because if you don't have, then you can do whatever the hell you want. So what is a multi-passion business anyway? Well, in the next 5-10 years, I want to create multiple opportunities for myself, and I want to be able to not worry about paying the bills and then pursuing any passions that I develop over the time, because the more you grow and the more your passions grow with you, and others, then they just fade off, and that's totally okay. I don't see a problem with it, because I don't think that like having a passion should be for the rest of your life. I don't see it that way. I see it as a job that you can do and still enjoying it, right? And like, you don't feel the time, you don't feel a pressure, you don't feel like burning out. And that's what a passion is all about for me, practically. The way I'm seeing this is, the more passion you have, the more thing you can explore, because if you get tired of one passion, for example, then you can go to the next one and build like a business around it, or like just a revenue stream income around your new passion. That's something I don't think that you can ever get tired of, because it's exciting. You feel like the urge to wake up and build your business, or just like help other people with your business. That's an incredible feeling. And that's the feeling that I want to feel every day, because waking up, doing something you don't like, just wishing for the day to finish is not like, this is not the life that I want to live. And that's what I started to feel with my freelance business. I didn't want to like lead my life like that. But then now building this business and filming this video is something that is like giving me a purpose, giving me joy, and I'm enjoying now my freelance business, because it's not the only thing that I'm doing, but still really enjoying it, and I still consider it like one of my passion. So before going into the business model as a whole, I want to share with you some of my interests, and you can skip them if you want, but I think it's important to know them to understand how I'm gonna build my business. I have a lot, and I can call or could call them a passion in the future, because I'm interested in them. So like I said, I'm a brand and web designer. I don't know if I said that actually, but anyway. So I'm interested in branding, web design, copywriting, psychology, minimalism, Japanese culture, Japanese language, storytelling, productivity, business, anime, drawing, cooking, basketball, gym, boxing, learning, religion. Okay, I'm gonna cut that out just right here, and I can go on and on and on, because I have so many interests, and I try to not spread myself too thin. Too thin, that's how I say it. Anyway, I managed to generate revenue from my branding and web design service, but like I said, it was okay money. And when I wrote this newsletter, I wasn't making the money that I'm making now. With all my interests combined, I can choose 3-4 that I can create and offer products, services around them. But the way I want to build this multi-passion business is around like passive income and productize myself. So my branding and web design service as of now, I'm a freelancer. I'm exchanging my time. And that's not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. But I have a big vision goal. Like, it's not a 6 months, it's not 1 year, it's 5 year at least. And from where I'm heading, I think it's a good start, especially with what I want to achieve, because it's not something that you just can wish for. You have to put in the work, and you have to show up every day, whether you feel like it or you don't. I got a lot of inspiration from different creators that combine their interests and business together. So like, I was inspired by Lindy Boats. She is a UI UX designer, but she's a polyglot. Like, she speaks around 7-8 languages. And even me, I'm learning Japanese, but I'm not near any kind of intermediate level or whatsoever. I'm in the beginner stage, a little bit above. I can get around Japan, ask questions, ask for eat, and so on. But other than that, I'm not there yet. But it's definitely a passion of mine, learning Japanese. So if I have the desired income for myself, then I can pursue this passion and still make money from it in the future, around different services or around digital products, whatever it might be. So let's move forward. For this time, I wanted to set clear goals and clear expectations, because when I launched my Shopify design studio, I thought that I was making kind of realistic goal for myself in the 6 months, 1 year mark, but that wasn't like making a lot of sense in the long run, because A, I got tired, B, I got tired, and C, I got tired. And so if you think that like starting a business and you expect that you will make money from it on this time frame, then you're going into a wall. And the thing is, I didn't have I never had a 9 to 5 in my entire life. I only survived with side hustles. So the fact that I just jumped into freelancing and I stopped doing everything else, that led to pressure. So I was pressured to make money, but I didn't have clarity. And then I was stuck in the $10,000, $8,000 mentality. Like, someone has to pay this amount to work with me. It was like a big ego problem. And I do believe up till this point that my work is valuable and worth this amount of money. But I didn't have testimonials, and I have tangible results, and I have nothing. And I was trying to sell websites for fucking $10,000, and that didn't make sense, right? So fast forward to now, I sold websites for $3,500 and $4,000, $5,000, less than a $10,000 mark, but that helped me reach $10,000 faster. And now I'm making more money than I made last year because of the fucking ego. But that's another topic in itself for another video, because I believe that ego is not a bad thing. It depends how you are approaching the situation. I was trying to work with e-commerce brands for a long time, for a year almost, but at some point I started to feel the pressure because I wasn't making money. So I had to find a solution. I sent more than 2,000 emails, cold emails, but like I said, I didn't have a good offer. I didn't have results. So sending emails, I was just like sending into a void. And so I changed my strategy, and I decided to change my niche, but that was more like of something more attainable for me. And I switched it for med spas, and all of a sudden I was getting clients, and it was effortless. Like between $10,000 project and $3,500 project, there's a big difference. But if I can land $10,000 clients, but I can land $3,500 client, you can reach the 10,000s with 3 clients, right? So that was the turning point for me. And from there, it's a whole different story. So, my roadmap. Well, I'm going to share with you all my phases and I'm going to explain everything. So, phase 1, scale my top skills to 6 figures. My top skills are branding and web design. So, the first milestone is to sell 2 websites at $3,500, and I really did that. But like I said, I wrote this newsletter in January, and now we're in April, so I already achieved that. The second milestone is to generate $9,000 per month for 3 consecutive months. I didn't achieve that yet, so I'm still in phase 1, but second milestone, and I feel like I can get to it pretty soon. Third milestone is systemize and incorporate intensives. And intensives are like days where I will work 6 hours, 8 hours with the client to deliver the work in one single day. So it will help me to work with 3 clients per week for 1 week and make the kind of money that you're supposed to make 1 month, 2 months spread all across the projects. So the potential earnings are 3 clients per week at $3,500, which equal $10,500, which is $42,000 per month. The fourth milestone is to incorporate branding projects with intensives. And again, that's bring a lot of opportunities because I can literally work 1 week out of the month and dedicate the 3 other weeks for content creation. The fifth milestone actually is to delegate and keep a 60% margin to regain my time back. And that's I'm not sure if I want to do that anymore up until this point, but I will keep it in mind. And the projected revenue at 60% margin with all what I talked about is $288,000 per year. Only with the branding and websites projects delegated. Phase 2 of this business will be becoming a lifestyle brand. This is by far the most essential phase of this whole business model. I get to step out of my comfort zone and become the creator I have always dreamed of becoming. So I will share how I achieved what I achieved, document my journey, what I'm doing to achieve what I want to achieve, show and talk about all of my interests, inspire others with my journey, and normalize being a multi-passionate. The phase 3 is diversify my income sources. And now that I think about it, I can convey it as each income stream is a passion, and I can build around any of my passions an income stream in the future after phase by phase, right? So the third phase, diversify my income sources. I will build a newsletter, but I already did that, and that's the Passion Intersect Journal. You can subscribe. It's the written version of my videos. So I will document my journey on YouTube. That's what I'm doing. My YouTube channel revolves around my interest in being a multi-passionate solopreneur. Will grow my YouTube channel by leveraging short-form content on IG Reels and TikTok. And potential income source will be ads, affiliate marketing, brand sponsorships, digital products, website themes. But as you can see, I'm a little bit all over the place because after I did that, I'm like, you know what? I don't have to wait until I make X amount of money to start my YouTube channel, and don't need to wait X amount of time to document my journey. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm kind of still following the process, following the phases, but I did what I felt like doing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm at that point right now, sharing my journey. The only problem is getting those clients every time. So I still have to send cold emails. I still have to make sales call. I still have to close clients and so on and so forth. But I'm at the point where I have more referrals and I'm building my personal brand around my interests, which enable me to talk about whatever I want. And at the same time, saying that I'm a brand and web designer, which can bring me leads. This video can bring me leads if I'm still a web designer though. So moving on. As I mentioned, I had an insightful conversation with Katie Shu for about an hour or so, and we were talking about passions and business and so on. And she asked me a question, like we asked each other the question, what would you do if money wasn't a problem? And for me, it was playing basketball, going to the gym, cooking, studying my religion, Islam, making websites, maybe. But that question can make you question your whole life and like understand that what you're doing might not be the thing that you do if it wasn't for money, right? But if you can do something that you enjoy and still making money with it, why not? So after this conversation, I understood that it's not impossible to build a personal brand around you, around your interests. And so I decided to shift my content from my service, work-related content, to Imet's content. So it's around my interests, what I'm learning, what I learned, what I'm gonna learn, etc., etc. My only challenge is to articulate it in a compelling way. So it was first with writing, but now I got better. And after it's with video. English is my third language, so I'm practicing every single day. And that's why I love to jump on calls with other creators or business owners. I get to practice my English and meet other people at the same time, which is amazing. Now we move to the branding and messaging. Coming from a brand designer, a web designer, it was like I had to unlearn what I knew and grasp a new knowledge, because branding for personal brand is different from branding for a product. For example, I work mainly with skincare, wellness, and fashion brands. So when you are designing for those kind of brands, you are designing for the target audience, not for your own tastes, right? But for personal branding, especially when you are building a personal brand around your interests, then you are designing for yourself, because I want to attract people who are like me, other multi-passionates, other people with multiple interests, right? And so designing was less, I designed with less pressure, I wasn't like, oh, I have to do a target market research, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? I love black and white. I love minimalist style. I love like clean layout, clean feeling. And that's what I went through, I designed my website in 10 hours. Like, I gave myself 10 hours. I was in Bali and I already wrote my newsletter, but I didn't have a website. So I just gave myself 10 hours. I worked for 2 days, 5 hours, and I got it done, like right away. And everyone liked it on Twitter. A lot of people were asking me how I did my websites, how I did this, how I did that. And it was quite nice to see that I was attracting people like me, people who have multiple interests and multiple passions. And that was like so relieving and so interesting to see what kind of people you can meet just by sharing your interest, which is truly, truly amazing, you know? I don't know if this video will reach a lot of people. Hopefully, yes. But if you are multi-passionate, then true believe that it's possible to make money with your passions. Don't listen to generic advice. It just doesn't work for people like us, you know, pick a niche and so on. But again, those are topics for upcoming newsletter. Like I have in my head the knowledge of 7 more newsletter than I did when I wrote this particular newsletter, which like it's the video or the audio that you're listening to. But I mean, it's just crazy. Like it's crazy. So coming back to the question that I asked you, like before, what will you do if you don't have to worry about the money? And I asked that question to myself, and I told you what I did, like what I would love to do. And I was like sure as hell that I didn't want to make websites for the rest of my life, especially if I don't have to worry about money, right? And so I was like, you know what? I have to think about other ways to exchange my time, so I can like work, and then don't work at all if I want to, right? There's like not at all, but like less than I was before, and I'm able to concise my days around like 6 to 8 hours maximum. Sometimes I only work 5 hours while still being able to record the videos, write newsletter, have work on my freelance projects, branding, web design, and still be able to do everything, you know, because I'm prioritizing systems instead of just like doing things for the sake of doing it, you know. I prefer to do it slowly but surely, because when you have a system, you can scale and still keep up with everything else instead of trying to do everything at the same time, and then you find yourself not having the time. But it's just because you have the wrong system. I'm telling you, I'm able to do pretty much everything that I want. And there are other days, I'm not gonna lie, that I just can work for 10, 12 hours without any kind of burnout, pressure, fatigue. You know, it's only the physical burnout that you're gonna feel, right? If you're been sitting on a chair for fucking 12 hours, then most likely you'll have some back pain, some whatever pain, neck pain, you know. But as for mental pain, I don't have that. Like I can work for 12 hours. That doesn't matter to me, right? But that's not the goal. That's not what lifestyle design is about. That's not like what my multi-passions business is about. I don't want to work 12 hours every day. But I can work 12 hours in one day if I have deadlines or a project that I feel like I'm having like a creative purge. I don't know how to say it, but you get what I mean. Like I don't want to interrupt it. I'm in it. I'm in the flow mode. I'm just creative. And if that means stay on the laptop computer for 12 hours, then be it. So for my marketing, that revolves around my content. So I didn't really think about what I'm gonna do when I started, right? I was just saying to myself, I want to start. I don't care how I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it because I didn't want to procrastinate again, like the more than I was doing. I was just fed up. So I started after watching a lot of Danko's videos, and I got inspired. You know, I've seen how he did it, and I'm like, if he did it, then why I cannot do it, right? Especially that he had practically the same path as I do right now. it's like I'm having a free map for myself. And just like I have to do this, and this, and I'm doing not everything without questioning anything, but I'm more aware of what I want to do and what I don't want to do. And niching down was one thing that I didn't want to do. And so my interests and hobbies become my like center of content. I was not like pressured to talk about a particular topic in my first tweets. I was just tweeting, and whatever I had in mind, I tweeted about it. And after I come to a realization that I needed to DM people, engage with people, build genuine relationships, and by joining the Solopreneur Sprint from Danco's, I got into a community, and that helped me a lot. I got a lot of valuable feedback that I used for my upcoming newsletters, and that's exactly why it's important to join communities in your beginning. And I believe it can help a lot, and it can like save you so much time, and if not months of like failures. But failures is also part of the process. You have to fail, you have to experience like objections, failures, in order to grow. I think it's important, and there's no other way around. But you can like experience less failures if you're in a community, if that makes sense. So when I wanted to start my Twitter profile, I didn't know what bio should I like, what is the bio that I'm gonna write. And I had my previous YouTube channel, and my whole branding around it was like better thinking, better doing, but it wasn't like revolving with my whole branding services and Shopify services. But now it does. Better thinking, better doing is kind of my motto. And then I used it for crafting this bio, and I changed it like since the beginning. This is a screenshot of my first bio ever, and this is my actual profile now as of April 3, 4. No, we are the 3 April as I'm filming this video. So I'm changing it the more I evolve. So I don't know like what I'm about in the future, but I know that for a fact I like to challenge the thoughts and curiosity of people, and I do that by writing a whole ass newsletter, like long ass newsletters and long ass videos as well. So I love the fluff around a particular topic, and I like to explain it in a way that you grasp all the knowledge, and every sentence that you read is important to understand the topic itself, and you'll get used to it with the upcoming videos and if you read my newsletters. But you understand what I mean. I love also to get my thoughts challenged and my curiosity. I'm a super curious person. That's why actually I have that many passions, that many interests. Otherwise, how can it be, right? And again, I came to a realization that, you know what, I don't have topics for now, so I'm just gonna share my journey per se, and that bring me practically 300 people. You know, I changed my bio at 300 followers, and before that it was just what is it actually? It was exploring the intersection of passions and business. Here to share my journey building a multi-passion one-person business to 1 million in revenue. And I received so many DMs. Like, it was crazy. And I loved your newsletter. I love how you're framing this. I love this. I was that. I was like, wow. I didn't expect that many people to reach out to me and saying that to me. And I was like, wow, I feel so good about it. The fact that I listened to my gut, and like I just followed my instinct that you shouldn't listen to what other people are saying to you. Like, they're just projecting their insecurities into you, saying that you cannot live with your passion, blah blah blah. But if I want to live with my passions and work 5 hours, 6 hours per day, then I will do it, instead of doing a fucking job that you don't want to wake up for, right? So from that moment, I understood that, yeah, I really can talk about whatever the fuck I want, you know? And that was like a light bulb moment. And from there, I just started to write, find other topics, ask questions. I started to understand more and more how this content creation game works. And it's a game. And so if you don't enjoy the game, you have to leave the game or change just the game, right? Maybe you're playing it wrong. Maybe you are playing with the wrong players. But Twitter, content creation as a whole, is a game. And if you are playing with the right players, then you're just going to move up the ladder more quickly, right? So my transition, my ultimate goal is to become a full-time content creator. That will be creating those long-ass videos for a living and inspiring people along the way. But my point is, with this whole multi-passion business, is to be able to change my interest if I can, right? Because you know that my content revolves around my interest. For example, if I want to like create another YouTube channel for cooking specifically, I will share my recipes for how I get creative, for example, how I'm productive. And that's because I believe that nutrition plays a huge role for those particular two topics, like areas, topics, whatever, for creativity and productivity, and especially for physical performance, right? If you don't eat well, then you don't have energy. If you don't have energy, you lack creativity, because creativity is connecting dots, right? So it's all related, and we can go like down a rabbit hole with that, and can make a video 40 minutes, 50 minutes around this particular topic. But anyway, you get the point. If I want to create another YouTube channel, then I can bring my audience from this YouTube channel that are interested in cooking and like sports, basketball, gym, whatever it might be. Would be like more a lifestyle channel, right? And I'll be able to do that because of my personal brand. And so that's the whole point of building a personal brand. And multi-passion is just like another way of saying following what you love and just like getting paid doing it. And if I can get paid playing basketball but not at an elite level, that will be, for example, filming videos working out, or filming my progress going from an average shooter to an elite shooter, making, for example, 30 3-point shot in a row. And I can do that, actually. But anyway, you get the point. And after you sell a program, how to get better shooter, whatever it might be, it's just an example. But you can do whatever the hell you want if you are attracting the right people. And I'm not yet to this point, but I understood the concept. I understood that it's possible. It's just question of time and question of making it interesting to other people. That's practically what it's all about. Okay, so now I'm just gonna jump right into my different streams of income that I wanna create one brick by brick after like going through the phases and so on. And I'm like already in the stage of creating digital products for my audience with not less like 400 followers, but I really don't give a shit. I really like creating my digital products, just to say. I'm gonna read them real quick. Potential streams of income from my personal brand. That will be my one-on-one services, digital products, courses, affiliate marketing, brand sponsorship, and that's pretty much it. But I didn't like give it more thought than that, but there's definitely other source of income that can be tackled. So for the one-on-one services, I can offer 45-minute website audit or consulting for clients per week at $250. That's $4,000 per month. Second one-on-one services is website VIP days, the intensives. So it's 2 clients per week at $3,500. That equals $28,000 per month. And the last one is branding VIP days, the intensives again. 1 client per week at $3,000. That's $12,000 per month. And total, that will be $44,000 per month. The next one, digital products, I can sell Webflow themes, Notion dashboard, branding presentation template, whatever it might be. Those are just ideas. But for example, the Webflow themes at $79, $80. I only need to make 6 sales per day for 30 days to make $14,220. The average conversion rate for digital products is around 2.5%, depending on the quality of the traffic. So I'm going to take like the bottom line at 2%. I need 300 visitors daily at 2% conversion rate to make 6 sales. That's like mediocre. 2% is mediocre. And when you have a personal brand, then I assume it's around 8%. That makes sense, especially for this particular price. Like $80 is nothing. But you get the point. $14,000 selling a theme at $80. And like 300 visits is not nothing. But still, I'm having fucking 400 views per tweets. That's 400 views. So if I can make 6 sales from that, then it's $14,000 per month. And I'm just getting generous here, but you get the point. Courses. I want to sell branding course, like creative process, branding course about like the freelance aspect of it, learning web design course, same, selling web design at $75, all of them. And if I want to sell all of them, that will be $185. That's a pretty affordable price for the value that I will provide on those courses. My courses will change with time. Like I won't keep them for the rest of my life, right? I'm gonna evolve, and my knowledge will evolve with me. Therefore, my courses will evolve with me. And I give myself a promise that I won't like try to sell courses for fucking $2,000, $3,000. That pisses me off like hard. And if I help people step by step, from the very low end price up until a point where they can afford my more expensive service or product, then I know that I'm not like extorting their money. I help them make this money, and then they're just reinvesting in it with my other products. That's a way to see it. But like having only one course, $2,000, $3,000, and doing all your what is possible for you to sell it to students that don't have even any penny left after they buy your course, and I don't want to do that. The next income stream, affiliate marketing. So I can make money from my blog, newsletter, YouTube, course. That's pretty much it. For the brand sponsorship, that's from YouTube or the newsletter. But I don't know. That's just some prediction. And to reach the $83,333 per month, there's only $12K left between brand sponsorship and affiliate marketing. And the $83,333, that's what you need to make per month to reach $1 million in revenue. But I think that at some point, my digital products will surpass my services. But if I can delegate again my freelance side of business and still make money with it, then I'm so good to go, right? I will make less money with it, but I will have more time to focus on my content creation game. And so that might be like make more videos, make more content, or just focus on better quality courses, better quality products, better quality videos, stepping up the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. By the way, for your information, I already have another YouTube channel, but I stopped it after 6 months, I think, because I was drained. And it's not the same thing as this one, you know? I'm talking to the camera, speaking about something that I'm truly passionate about. And when I was making those videos about branding and so on, I wasn't feeling like I wasn't feeling the fire that I'm feeling right now. It's just different. And even though I love branding, I love making websites, etc., etc., I didn't really love teaching about it the same way that I'm loving what I'm doing right now, like writing about complex topics, see them, like explain them in depth. That is so much different from what I was doing before. I just feel like I found my calling, and I'm not gonna let it go ever, you know? So with that, it's a wrap. It was a long ass video, but it was the purpose. It is the purpose of this channel, long ass videos. I will also make smaller videos in the 10 minutes mark, because I will use them as threads, and just to explain like maybe a section of a previous newsletter of an upcoming videos, upcoming newsletter per se. So with that, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my newsletter, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.